Hello, my PC students. We have finished part 1, Circus products, and worked on the product sheet. Now this is part 2, and we're going to go to the percent sheet. So make sure that you're on the percent sheet and you see a whole different set of numbers. So first of all, you see January here. So we want a pattern. So drag down January down to December. And so we have the sales now for September. We have your admin expenses. All right, what percent are your admin expenses as compared to your sales? So we have to put in equals. Take your admin expenses as compared to means divide by your monthly sales. All right, press enter and you get 10%, and you want to drag down so that you can see all your percentages all the way down. And we want 2 decimal places, so that's good like that. All right, now before we go any further, I see there's a percent of total here. We need your totals put in. So if I click in cell sales, cell B17, and I want to do a total in a hurry, I'm going to go Alt equals, right? And then I'm going to sum B5 to B16 and press enter. All right, I've got it. So all I have to do is drag it across right now, and I don't worry about the zeros. I don't need it here at this point in time, and I don't need these ones, so I can delete them and delete that. All right, now I want to drag this percent down though, so that use my fill handle here and drag it down so that it reads the correct percentage. So here what we did a relative copy. You can see admin expenses as compared to sales, admin expenses as compared to sales, admin expenses as compared to sales, and that's your relative copy performing the same action but in a different row. All right, I'll turn my formulas off. Now, this time, it says what percent of the total were your admin expenses. So equals, there's my admin expenses as compared to, or what percent of means divide by the total. And remember, when we compare to a total, it has to be absolute. So press F4 to make it absolute. All right, and grab your fill handle and drag down. And this time we should have 100% because we compared total to total. Let's take a look. I'll turn your formulas on. You see your expenses as compared to your total, expenses as compared to total, expenses as compared to total, expenses as compared to total, and of course expenses in total is going to give you 100%. All right, I'll turn your formulas off, and we want 1 decimal place on this, and this is just making you practice so you know the difference. All right, we want to do it again, so I'm going to copy these 2 headings, so copy, and we're going to paste them, and we're also going to paste them here because we're going to need them. All right, so let's try it one more time. The question says, what percent, so I have to put in my equals, are the cost of goods sold as compared to, means divide, your monthly sales. All right, you got this one figured out, 9%, and you're going to drag down. And we want 2 decimal places here, so make it 2 decimal places. All right, on your percent of total, what percent equals are your cost of goods sold as compared to the total, and the total has to be absolute, so you've got to press F4. All right, and grab your fill handle and drag down, and we want 1 decimal place here. All right, one more time, you should have it by now, equals what percent is your labor as compared to your monthly sales, your relative copy. And I got a 0. Don't worry about it. We're going to drag it down. Do you know why? Because we want percent. And for whatever reason, this had a $ format on it. So click on your percent sign and 2 decimal places. So very easy to fix. All right, now percent of total. What percent is your labor as compared to means divide the total labor. And when we're comparing it to the total, it has to be absolute. All right, press enter. And again, you see the same thing and you say, okay, I don't need to panic. I'm just going to drag down, change it to percent and 1 decimal place. Now, if we take a look at our formulas, you can see that you had, first of all, your labor compared to sales, labor compared to sales, labor compared to sales. But here we had labor compared to total, labor compared to total, labor compared to total. All right, take your formulas off for right now. Save your work. Go Control S to save. And now we need a $sign, but we already have a $sign here. So I'm just going to double click on my paintbrush and paint this one to match. This one, and this one, this one. I think that's all I need. Turn my paintbrush off, double click, and I want to widen this column, widen this one, and widen this one. Alright, so we've got this all done now. Save your work. And now we can take Circus products, and we want to hold down the shift key and click here because we know the length of room that we're going to take. And we will merge and center, and we'll make it about size 20 and whatever color you want to make it, and whatever fill color, that's okay. Drag it down a little bit, and our time we'll make green to kind of match the other page. And then our headings here, we will hold down your shift key, right click, go to format cells. You're going to choose a border, thick one for our outline. Oh, I didn't choose a color, so I'll choose a color and reset that. And then for the inside line, we're going to choose a thinner one and a different color. And we've got our inside line, and our fill will be something light. Say OK there. And of course you want your center up and down and your center horizontally. And let's make this just a little bit wider so that you can definitely see it. And let's make it bold and italics. Alright, that's all there was to do that question. Now we want to finish off with our headers and footers. So here, back on your product sheet, you've got it looking good. You're back on your percent sheet. So go back to products, hold down your shift key and click on your percent sheet, and you should see your group is on. So we want to go to File, Print, and we want to, I got to change my printer here. And now we want to go to Page Setup, and you want to have Page, Landscape, Sheet, Grid Lines, Row Column Headings, Header Footer, Custom Header, and you want your name. And remember, you want to go Shift Home, and I want you using a different font each time so that you use something new to you. And I want to say size 20, and I'm going to go with the green and say OK there. And then the center section, we want the date and the time. The right section, we want the sheet name, and we want to have page, spacebar, OF, spacebar, pages. And then OK. And your custom footer, we want the path and file name. Now, we're not going to put a picture in because if you do a picture, you got to put a picture on each page. So we'll leave that blank. Put your pictures on when you only have one page, but when you got more than one page, don't use your picture. All right, say OK. I mean, if you want to, you can, of course. And say OK. And now OK, and you should be able to see. Here we've got products, and note the sheet name products. Now it says 1 of 3. So let's take a look. And oh, we went over here. Okay. And then this one fits on. Alright, let's go back here. And we're going to go to Page Setup, and we're going to say Fit to one page. And so now we should be able to see Circus products. The product sheet says 1 of 2, which is right, because the second sheet is the percent sheet, and you are ready to print. Perfect work. All right, so go ahead and click on Print to print it out. Now we have to show your formulas, right? So we're going to show your formulas, and the first thing you've learned is, I'm going to say, let's have a look here. Click on your letter A, hold down your shift key, and click on your letter H. And hold on, I don't think I went far enough. No. Click on your letter K. All right, and left double click so that you size it right down. All right, now let's take a look. Let's go to File, Print. And you should see that you only have 2 pages, and that's the product sheet, and here's the percent sheet, and you can see all of your formulas. And again, you're ready to print, so click on Print, and you're good to go. All right, now we're finished printing, so go Control left single quote to take off your formulas. Left double click up here so that you widen your columns, and now click off and click on sheet 3 and then come back so that you have no grouping on. You see Circus products, you see percent, and they are separate sheets. And that's it. You're finished there. That's perfect. So save your work and we'll stop there.